Hello there, this is Double T Man with another video. This time I'm talking about the Steelers QB situation. I think now's a good time to talk about it. First of all, let's talk about the game plan after Pickett was drafted. They wanted Trubisky number 1, Pickett to be number 2, and Rudolph to be number 3. I know they said it was an open opportunity, open competition. That was really a lie. That was their plan, to have those three. They wanted Trubisky there because he had a lot of NFL experience. He wanted him to be a starter. He could settle things down at the beginning of the year. It's a nice way to start the season with a veteran quarterback. Let Pickett kind of earn his way and grow his way into it. I went Pickett number 2 because it's best for his development. Anytime you draft a quarterback in the first round, you're most concerned about his development. Because you'll notice that most of the quarterbacks that won Super Bowls are either quarterbacks on their rookie salary or Tom Brady being underpaid. Not too many quarterbacks, franchise quarterbacks, getting paid franchise money have won Super Bowls. Check the history. It don't happen. You could have a franchise quarterback on a franchise QB on a rookie salary, or you can have Tom Brady being underpaid because his wife is a billionaire. Those are the two teams. Those are the two types of quarterbacks that have been winning Super Bowls for the last 20 years. So, development of Kenny Pickett is number one or any quarterback you take in the first round. That is your number one priority, is his development, because he represents your best chance at winning the Super Bowl. How do you do it? You ease him into it. Let him sit the first couple of games. Let him learn what it's like to be an NFL player. Let him learn what the schedule is like, for how you practice for an away game, how you practice for a home game, how you game plan, how you change your game plan based on what the defense is doing during the game. There's all these kind of things, travel arrangements, all these different things you have to learn as an NFL player. So you sit Pickett, let him learn what it's like to be an NFL player, and then when he's ready to concentrate on just being an NFL quarterback, now you can play him as an NFL quarterback because he doesn't have to worry about those other things. He can just concentrate on learning the QB position. People can only learn so much, so it's good to have him come in later. Not necessarily my thoughts, but I'm thinking this is what they're thinking. Rudolph, he was destined to be number 3. He's got 1 year left. Not really going to invest a lot on him. Plus, they like the other guys better. It's, not really complicated. Not going to spend a lot of time. So this is what their plan was right after they drafted Pickett. Also wanted Pickett to be number 2 and not 3 because at number 3 he's going to be a wasted year of development. And like I said, you really have to develop him. That's your number one priority. As soon as you draft a quarterback in the first round, your number one priority is to win a Super Bowl with him in the first 5 years. So where are we now? Well, Trubisky hasn't played as well as what we had hoped. He's been actually below the line. We won the first game, 5 turnovers, a pick 6, 7 sacks. We should have blown him out. Again, Trubisky didn't lose a job, so that's what it is. He scored 1 touchdown in each game, even though the Steelers have one of the best skill position groups in the NFL. Not hyperbole. They have one of the best skill positions, 5 players, skill positions in the NFL. I'll put our 3 wide receivers up against anybody's. Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, George Pickens. Very good receivers. George Pickens may be special. Can't see it because Trubisky's a quarterback. Might see it when you see Pickett in there. But I would put those 3 receivers up against any 3 receivers in the NFL. Pat Freiermuth, top 5 tight end. Really going to have a breakout year this year. Najee Harris, running back, I'm not sure. Heard some bad things. Wide receiver, catching the ball, one of the best. Just ask Bill Belichick. So we have an offensive line that's been doing a pretty decent job. We have a really good skill positions, and yet we've scored 1 touchdown in each of the last 2 games. That's not good enough. Film shows that Trubisky has missed opportunities. The wide receivers have said they're open, but the quarterback's not getting the ball. Pickens said he's open 90% of the time. He's not getting the ball. Deontay Johnson says he got really frustrated because he's open and he's not getting the ball. He didn't mean to say he was open just one time. That would be ridiculous. Deontay Johnson is not that kind of player that not Antonio Brown is going to blow off the handle because of one play. No, no, no. Deontay Johnson has, been a good soldier. Has been that, good soldier. You know, and yet he's saying he's open and he's frustrated because the quarterback can't get him the ball. Trubisky, meanwhile, has been pointing fingers at the coaches, saying it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them. Receiver is saying, you know what? It's quarterback. Coach is saying, hey, you know what? There's opportunities out there. We're just not taking advantage of them. In other words, they're pointing at the quarterback. They're just doing it really nice. Game film. It shows receivers open. Not all the play. I'm not saying every play. I'm not going to say every play he's done is wrong or every play he's done is bad. But he's only scored one touchdown a game, and it's because of his bad play. That's what I'm saying. There are receivers open. He's not hitting them. Not often enough. Too many 3-and-outs. Way too many 3-and-outs. We're going to run our defense in the ground if we keep this up. We need to get some offensive momentum going here. Trubisky hasn't gotten it through 2 games. Now, one thing I wanted to say about Trubisky is he is what we thought he was. Actually, no, he is what he was. In Chicago, he was able to win because he had a great defense and a good running game. A little bit harder to win in Pittsburgh because while we have a great defense, we don't have any running game. So that means we rely on the quarterback more. He's not that guy. In Chicago, he was a guy that protected the ball. He was an athletic quarterback that protected the ball and wouldn't lose you the game. Didn't really know how to read defenses that good. Really wasn't that accurate. Not that he was horrible, but not really good accuracy. That was how he played in Chicago, and that's how he's played in Pittsburgh. It hasn't changed. Pickett, if we look at what Pickett has done and where he is at this point in his career, first of all, he outplayed Trubisky in the preseason. Not really an argument in my mind about that. I know some people, foolishly like to argue that, Trubisky was playing against the first string and Pickett wasn't. No, that's not really accurate. And certainly it was accurate in the first and third game, but the second game, which was like kind of a swing game, Trubisky played the first quarter, Pickett played the second quarter. They both played against the same players. There wasn't much difference in the players. Jacksonville didn't change out players. They played their guys for the whole first half. So when Pickett played better than Trubisky, it was same. It was against the same set of players. And Pickett, like I said, played better. Really not much of an argument. Not that I've seen against it. That's the only one I've heard, and that's kind of ridiculous. So, it's time to play Pickett. He's learned what he can learn about being an NFL player. We've had our home game. We've had our away game. He's been in the game. He's been in the meetings and what they've done a game plan. He knows what the adjustments have been made. He's watched game film. He's done that. He's learned what it's like to be an NFL player. Could he learn more? Sure. But then there comes the schedule. And the schedule screams Kenny Pickett. We play the Browns Thursday, then we have like a mini bye, 10 days until we play another game. That's against the Jets. The Jets are a winnable game. They just gave up 400 yards to Joe Flacco, who's about 104 years old. So that's a good opportunity to bring him in at halftime in the Cleveland game. Bring him into the Cleveland game. Trubisky starts a game. That's fine. You don't want to make changes during a short week like this. There's not much you're going to be able to do as far as the game plan. There's only one practice. So you start Trubisky. You let Kenny Pickett come in and substitute. Once Trubisky does the same thing, he's shown you all year. He's going to protect the ball. He's not going to throw the ball. You bring him in. Hopefully, with Pickett, you can win the game. Mini bye week. Really develop him as a starter going against the Jets. Hopefully win that game. All of a sudden, we're 3-1, heading into the gauntlet of Bills, Bucks, Dolphins, and Eagles. Those are 4 tough games. We have a much better chance of winning some of those games if Pickett is starting and warmed up. You want to throw him in against Buffalo? It's too late. Good luck with that. You know how he's going to get beat up by a fantastic Buffalo team or a fantastic Bucs defense. With the Dolphins, he's going to try to get in a shootout with them. You know, who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. But I'm just saying those are going to be tough games. You don't want to throw him in the middle of that and say, okay, go Kenny Pickett. No, you're all about developing Kenny Pickett. When you draft him in the first round, that's your main goal. Develop Kenny Pickett. Develop him, bring him in against Cleveland, get that mini bye, play him against the Jets, get him all warmed up, and now he's ready to play against the big boys. He may not win them all. Doesn't have to win them all. If he splits them, that's fine. We go 3-1 after the Jets. We split those. All of a sudden, we're 5-3. That's pretty good. That'll get you into the playoffs. Now, if you continue that 5-3 stretch, and considering that 4 of those games were against the Bills, Bucs, Dolphins, and Eagles, who look pretty darn good, we're pretty well set. Like I said before, the receivers are telling you it's a quarterback problem. Coaches are telling you it's a quarterback problem. Film is showing you that it's a quarterback problem. There are a lot of pundits out there that are telling you it's a quarterback problem. I know there are people telling you, there are a lot of people out there who are saying Matt Canada, Matt Canada, Matt Canada. They're wrong. First of all, they say Matt Canada, they know it's Matt Canada because it's the same offense as last year. Well, it's not. Last year, we threw wide receiver screens and jump balls down the sidelines. This year, we're throwing dump passes, rollout passes, and out patterns. They're different. They're both short, and the reason they're short is because Ben lost his downfield mojo, and Trubisky never was a downfield thrower. He always was a dink and dunk guy. That's his game. He wants to play a safe game. And it worked in Chicago because he had a running game. We don't have a running game here. We depend on the quarterback. We'd love to have one. We tried to get one. We don't have one. Second, and the last point I want to make is I am sick and tired of people pointing fingers. I know Ben Roethlisberger pointed fingers at the offensive coordinator throughout his career, pretty much made a living off of that. But Trubisky seems to be leading other players against coaches. And coaches have started firing back at players. You know, they're doing it in a much more polite way. And even Trubisky's doing it in kind of a polite way and kind of a, you know, I'd be able to do it if they just call the right plays, if we have concepts that would allow people to get down the field. And same film. They're open. They're down the field. You're just not throwing it to them. But not only that, he's gotten other players. That really concerns me. That didn't happen with Ben. With Ben, it was all Ben. Trubisky seems to, and I almost hate to say this, because it may not be true, but it's starting to seem to me like he's leading the pack. He's leading other players to go against the coaches. Shut up. Stop it. All this finger pointing is not going to be good. We need to come together as a team. So again, Trubisky comes in and he plays the same way he's been playing. It's time for Kenny Pickett. Let's have the Kenny Pickett era begin. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be real good. That's all I got to say for now. This is Double T Man saying goodbye.